Let's go to Conduit Capital, which is an investment holding company whose principal asset, as Paul said earlier, is Constantia Insurance Group.
Smaller, so it's only got a market cap of 640 million rand. It's
surprised it's on your radar screen because you don't look at anything below.
Jason Drew who ran it. Now Sean Riskovitz, you're going to explain to us what's going on here, because it had assets, it acquired extra businesses, it's flogged them off, so it's gotten refocused. What's going on in Constantia? How big a business? How valuable is it, etc.?
It is the main cash generator for the Conduit business. They make extensive use of reinsurance, which means a lot of cash comes in, but the majority of that cash goes out again. And probably as they become more comfortable with the underwriting and the lines of business, they can adjust that, pay away less reinsurance and attain more cash for themselves. But they need to then stomach more volatility and be happy with their investment side. On the investment side, Sean Riskovitz, I attended the Berkshire Hathaway AGM with him 3 years ago, met him a few times in New York and locally, is a very astute capital allocator.
South African who was based in the US has now sort of brought his operations
Correct. And he is modeling Conduit on Berkshire Hathaway. So focusing on the investment side to use the cash generated by Constantia Insurance, investing into companies. He had other investments, other pools of capital that he's now brought into Conduit Capital to consolidate everything, to make sure that there's one pot to look after. And so far, so good. A few interesting investments, a lot of hits, a few misses.
For the future? Do you think
and it is one for the future. It's a small company with a good capital allocator at its helm, a good core in terms of Constantia. And as long as Sean Riskovitz keeps on making good capital allocation decisions, it will create a lot of value.
Matter of interest, is he here or is he still in the US?
As far as I know, majority of his time here, but there's still some dealings in New York as well.
Hot? Not.
Well, there's the share price. So it's been a bit of a ritual underperformer over the years, but it is one where there seems to be some fresh attitude. And so they've gotten rid of some of the Amacor and other bits and pieces that they had in there as well, which didn't really make sense. But in the previous era, it was a bit of a wild one. So I'm interested to hear that you're comfortable and confident.
He's not calling until you make
it's too small anyway. Remember, it's not a billion rands with a market cap.
Now, let's just see what happens here.
So the big hits for them were Calgary M3, Finbond and Trustco, and then a few
those are the big hits
well.
In the sense that those are the assets that they invested in that have done well.
Correct. And they need to find one or two more like that. So historically, a very good track record. We need to see them get a few more like those, the little gems. But because it's small, it's got a lot of opportunity, a young CEO that can do this for the long term, I would say hot.
Paul, hot or not?
But frothy for me, I'd like to wait a while, and also a little bit small, so I'm going with
You're just teaching me a lesson on that.